It's kind of neat the way aging changes our perspective, isn't it? I think it's easy to think at any age that there's to think about the negatives about your age. You're too young, you're too old, you can't do this, can't do that. And I think that's just a bad habit that keeps getting propagated in our society. Hey, hi, I'm Angel, by the way. Thanks for stopping by. I'm on my way to work this Saturday morning and dealing with changes in my eyesight that have been pretty rapid these days, and you know, a little bit of gray hair, some wrinkles, all the things that come along with aging. Some of the things that come along with aging. I'm sure I got more on the way. And I'm reflecting a lot on how always we have that choice. You know, I have friends who are younger than me and older than me, and we all get to choose what to focus on, and it seems to be a trend in our society to choose to focus on what's wrong, what we want to fix, what we want to change. And I certainly have participated in that trend quite a bit. However, I think that to create the future we want, we need to do more focusing on what there is to appreciate, focusing on what we are grateful for. And that's not some Pollyanna, ignore the negative. It really is a choice that leads to what we get. There's this quantum field, this limitless potential element to the universe. Lots of different ways of thinking about that and looking at that. I've been listening to Dr. Joe Dispenza lately talk about quantum theory and brain waves and how to really tap into that potential and make real changes in our belief system and in our body. And it resonates a lot with some of the earlier work I did with martial arts and that kind of very ancient training, which also has to do with how to circulate energy in the body in a safe way. And it's interesting to me that there's a lot of warnings in traditional martial arts teachings about the amount of power that can be surging through the body and how to really train and prepare for that properly so that you don't create a blowout. And then Dr. Joe Dispenza's work is kind of encouraging and trying to get large groups of people who maybe aren't as trained to reach the state altogether by manipulating brainwaves. And I think that humanity at large is evolving towards that. I've spoken about this to many of my friends and to you YouTubers somewhat, maybe vaguely. I've been writing about it a little more specifically. Check out the description for links to my books that should be out soon. They're not quite published, the books that I'm referring to. I have a few books on practical healing that are published. They're booklets, really. In any case, none of that's the point that I'm getting at. The point that I'm getting at is that we are all co-creating the future, our own futures and the collective future. And we are all, in a way, co-creating the past by the stories that we tell about it. The future, in a way, colors the story of the past, doesn't it? Like, if you think about a storyline and it starts out with a certain set of details, the ending has a lot to do with how you perceive the beginning or the totality of the story. So I think it's always important. Every moment, it's important to choose love, choose wholeness, choose calmness, choose that higher vibrational state as much as we can. And it doesn't help to beat yourself up or beat each other up if we don't seem to be reaching our fullest potential, because all that does is reduce the criticized and the criticizer. I see a lot of that as well. People trying to lift themselves up by bringing other people down, and that's not a very good strategy, I think. But it does seem to be popular, so maybe I'm incorrect on that. In any case, my point about aging is one of those big topics. I think our weight, our relationships, our age, our monetary situation, these are big areas where we collectively and individually really put a lot of weight on how we measure up in society as to how we should be feeling about our self-worth. And I will remind you, you are enough. Say it with me. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I think it's kind of the most prevalent thing that holds us back, is us thinking that we need to be more, we need to be different, we need to be something else in order to be enough, to be lovable, to be worthy of our own existence. And that's just not true. You're worthy of your own existence right now, no matter what you're doing. Now, on top of that, you get to choose how you want to interact and how you want to create in your reality. That's pretty exciting, really. So, I'm at work. I could ramble about this for a little longer, but I'm not gonna. I would love to know your thoughts on aging, on choosing to look at the good versus the bad. Yeah, let me know in the comments. As always, you can find ways to connect with me and support me in the description. And until next time, I wish you peace, prosperity, positivity, love, laughter, lightness, coherence, alchemy, and playfulness.